the race and education series is really important to me in my own work. And as I think about how we build knowledge in the field and how we try to make sense of what's working in the field, how we make sense of what needs to be theorized about, what should be studied more of, how we might use what we know to inform and to advance the conversations in this area. Um, I think what the Race and Education series does is it provides an interconnected way of foregrounding the most pressing issues, both historically and contemporarily, related to how we should be, thinking about and making a difference in education, in particular, and also outside of education. And we might think about, schools in a traditional way, or we might think about education more broadly. I also think that it's important to keep in mind that when I proposed the series, what I really wanted to do was I wanted to uh, gather, for me, the most innovative thinkers in the area of race and education and race and equity and race and justice, studying the most pertinent issues to help not only other researchers engage in these issues, but how really what I was drawn to about Harvard and Harvard Ed Press in particular was the explicit focus on people in the quote unquote real world doing the work. So I really wanted the series, and that has remained, and that's not to, and I say that jokingly, that's not to suggest that those of us who are doing research or theorizing about race aren't doing the real work, because I certainly know we are, but it is to suggest that sometimes what we know and how we're approaching the work stays in a repository that policymakers or practicing teachers or even students who are both studying to become researchers, and also students in high school are not privy to the kinds of knowledge base that we're attempting to learn from that research. And so the series has been, and the series will continue to be, as long as I'm involved in some way, really geared towards learning about the best of what we know from leading thinkers who are innovative, who are drawing from other disciplines, and who are drawing from other research that's been done in the area, and translating it in a way that is transferable to broader communities. And those communities are those that might be outside of other traditional academics. So we bring in the traditional academics and researchers who will be reading and studying and learning about the insights from the authors, but we also are intentional about saying we want practitioners, policymakers, broader educational communities to read and access the text.